Okay. Make sure this is working here. Hopefully you guys can see and hear me. I've been making some good progress here on some Halloween coloring pages. I'm making a Halloween Bliss breather for you guys. And I'm just making sure that it's working here on YouTube. Looks like it is. Very good. Bring it up here so that I can see the chat. Okay, looks like we're on. Hello, hello. I think it's having a little issue. Gina's here. Hi, Gina. And yay, Gina says. And Patricia's here. Good. It's working. You guys can hear me. That's good. Okay, let me turn this off so we won't have... I'm going to turn off my other device so we won't have things just streaming while we're... other devices getting in the way here while I'm trying to stream. Okay, good. And hopefully I have done everything I was supposed to, and we can have a smooth drawing session here today. I was doing a whole bunch of drawing last night. I stayed up almost all night doing these cute little Halloween drawings, and I have to do 6 drawings. This is the volume 1 of the Bliss breather. This one is the free one that you can get on my website, coloringpagesbliss.com. And it has 8 sections. And then it has a front cover and a back cover. The back cover always has the folding guide and my copyright information. And then the front cover, I want to create a little cute Halloween image that we can put on it. So I'm going to ink that, and then I have to have 6 images to put into these sections. And I drew them a little larger this time than I did last time I drew these, so that we can use them in other places, like maybe some greeting cards or things like that in the future. We'll see. But I was trying to plan ahead a little bit better this time. So I've got a cute little pumpkin patch, and it's all inked. It just needs to be erased and shaded. So I'll probably work on that. And then I drew this cute little witch, and she's got a fun little broom and hat and a very voluptuous bosom. She was really fun to draw. I wanted her to be very voluptuous and fun, and so she would inspire you guys to use some really fun Halloween colors. And then, but she needs to be shaded as well. And then I have this really crazy, sort of twisted, haunted house that I thought was sort of Harry Potter-ish or something. But it's desperate for shading because the porch sort of made the front of the house a little confusing, so we need to get some good shading in here to make it so that the porch pops better. And then I did this crazy boo. I wanted one that was more simple in the coloring book, so that there was one that if you just had a couple minutes to color, you could finish it and it would be simple, and maybe you could do your own sort of textures and add some little Zentangling in it if you wanted to. So that was sort of the idea behind this boo. And then I've got, on this page, I have some spilled Dr. Pepper in this square here. Because I had a headache last night, so I was drinking some caffeine. And then I drew this sort of mask for a masquerade ball, and it needs maybe a few more details. I don't know, I might leave it the way it is and just shade it and see if the shading will pop the details, but I'm really pleased with how that turned out. I've tried doing a masquerade mask last year and I hated it. It turned out horrible, and this year it came together so easy, so I was quite happy and proud of that, thinking, well, maybe my drawing is making some strides after a year of practicing. And then I don't know if you can see this because it's just been drawn, so this one needs to be inked. It's a witch's cauldron, and it has some cool bubbles coming out, and it says fire burn and cauldron bubble. It's from that quote, the double trouble, boil and bubble, fire burn, and cauldron bubble. And then this was a spider that I started to sketch out right here that I thought would be way cute right here on the cover of the Bliss Breather. So I'm going to sketch that up as well and see how it looks inked, and if I think it will be good for the cover or not. We'll see if it's charming enough. I don't want it to be too creepy. I don't like creepy Halloween things. So, okay, let's see. Gina says, I love the haunted house. She likes my nails. Thank you. I thought they were kind of fun and almost Halloween green or something. And it seems like Gina likes all of it. She says she's wondering about the cat that I drew the other day. It's all done and shaded and ready to be scanned. I'm going to be releasing them all at the same time, all of these pages, so you'll have to be a little bit more patient. I'm hoping to get all of this done, and then I'm going to scan them all, and hopefully, if my husband has time to help me, we're going to get them all released today. That's my plan, but we'll have to see how ambitious I am. I wasn't feeling well yesterday, so that's why I'm running behind. So, but I did stay up all night. I finally got feeling better around 10:30 or 11 p.m. my time last night, and so I stayed up till about 4 a.m. drawing last night, and then went to bed, and now I'm up and ready to go again. My body is on such a weird schedule. So, and then I have that owl that I drew live the other day, which I haven't made much progress on yet. This is the owl. It needs to be shaded as well, but I think that's about it for the owl. It just needs to be shaded, and then it's ready to go. So, and then the cat, I'll let you have a little peek on that since it's right here. Here's the cute cat. It's all shaded and ready. So that will be 3 brand new coloring pages, plus we're going to sort of refresh you guys' memory on all of last year's Halloween coloring pages that are available as well. And we'll see if that gets all my drawing for Halloween out of my system or not. We'll see. If it hasn't gotten it out of my system, then maybe I'll draw something else for Halloween. We'll see. So I'm going to work on inking probably this little spider first because it's so cute. And then I'll ink the cauldron, and then we'll see what we need to do after that, if I need to draw something new or not. So that's where I'm at. How are you guys doing? How are the hurricane friends? Are you guys all settled back in your houses yet, or is the floodwater still keeping you out of the house? I haven't heard if you guys are back in your houses yet. I'm gonna bump the around here for a second. Hopefully it won't bump the camera too bad, but I need to put something up so I can get the glare off the camera so I can see a little better. There, that's a little better. Okay. And Beth is asking about fall theme. As soon as I finish up the Halloween, I'm going to shift into fall and Thanksgiving. That's the plan. I've already been researching some really pretty fall themed ideas, and oh, I've got some really cute ideas. I want to do like a, what's it called? Oh, like I said, I haven't been feeling well, so my brain is running a little slow. What's it called? When you go to the farmer's market, I want to draw like a farmer's market type booth with cute vegetables, harvest vegetables, and like jars of preserves and pies and things like that on the booth, and a cute little sign. And I think that would be a really fun thing to color. So that's one idea I have. We'll see if I can pull that off. I'm going to just ink in the joints of the spider legs and the feet of the spider legs here. I really want to get Halloween coloring pages out to you guys so you can enjoy the season of Halloween, and then I can focus on Thanksgiving. I can't remember which craft store, and they already had all the Thanksgiving stuff on clearance. I think it was Michael's, and they were clearing out all the Thanksgiving stuff. And I was like, are you kidding me? We haven't even finished Halloween yet, and you're clearancing out all the Thanksgiving stuff. It's ridiculous. I like how these legs are turning out. Okay, then I wanted him to have sort of lopsided, googly eyes. Halloween's fun because you can be very cartoony. There's some cute little googly eyes, and we'll give him some silly eyebrows and crooked smile. Good. And then with the detail pen, I'll make him a little hairy here. Sort of twist my wrist so that his body hairs are random. He would be cute with some purple sparkle gel pen, wouldn't he? Or metallic. Ooh, yeah. And I'll put a little hair coming off of his knee joints. It's got hairy knees. He's one fine looking spider. I bet all the girls love him. So do you guys dress up for Halloween? I saw on Pinterest the other night this really cool skirt idea for like the mom, and it was just a whole bunch of tulle that she had made into a skirt. I was like, oh, now I kind of want to dress up like that. But then I remember how scratchy tulle is, and I thought maybe not. That would probably really aggravate my pain if I wore something that scratchy. There. Ooh, he's kind of cool. I like him. Here, I'll bring him up closer so you can see him. There. He's cute. He'll be even cuter once he's got the pencil lines erased and the shading on him. But we need to let that ink dry really good before I take an eraser to it. So I'll let him sit for a minute. Cute. Okay, let me read a few of these comments here. Okay, let's see. Hello from Nebraska, Donovan. Gina says the hurricane is gone and they are fine. Oh, good. And Heather says it's looking good. I'm glad you like the drawings. Let's see. And Gina, you managed to stay in the hurricane the whole time with no damage. Wow, I'm so glad for you. What a blessing. And Angela is here. Hi, Angela. Yeah, and they force us into the holidays earlier every year. I agree. And Robbie is here from Oklahoma. Hello. And Anna from Texas. And Angela says it's adorable. Thank you. It is a cute little one. It would be fun to do like a little boy spider and a little girl spider. Oh, and cute little baby spiders. Oh well, okay. Well, let's focus on my little cauldron next. Okay. We're going to do, I think we'll do a really bold for the black of the cauldron. Let's see, around we go, and up. When I was little, we lived in Calgary, Canada, and my father owned a candy making business in Calgary. And he had these giant copper pots, and he would make candy batches in them, like the hard candies for lollipops and candy canes and that kind of thing. And he would get them on these giant burners, and he had these copper pots with these giant wooden spoons, and he would be standing over these pots with these giant wooden spoons, stirring these bubbling concoctions, and it was just like a witch's brew to me as a child. And then when they would add the flavorings, like if it was a peppermint candy cane, the flavoring would be so strong in the kitchen that it would burn your eyes. So he would ask, if I was there, he would ask me to leave the room because he didn't want my eyes to burn from the peppermint oil that he was adding. It was such a cool place to go visit my dad and hang out with him. So anytime I see this kind of a pot with bubbling come out, I think of my dad cooking his candy, standing over it with the giant wooden paddle. Making all kinds of yummy candy. We still make candy every year. In fact, it will be coming up soon. It's become a family tradition. We go to my dad and mom's house, and we bring all the kids, and they have a whole bunch of candy making equipment that they brought with us when we moved here from Canada. And we make chocolates, chocolate covered, like vanilla centers and strawberry centers and peanut centers, and we do the English toffee and all kinds of delicious candy every year. And the kids get to help put all the candy into boxes, and they get to help dip the chocolates a little bit, but mostly my mom is in charge of dipping because she can make them look so pretty and professional. She is so good at it. And it's so much fun. The grandkids, it's like one of their most favorite things to do now in the holidays is to go to the grandparents and make mountains of candy. Okay, this is looking good. Now I made all these little bubbles so you guys can practice your shading. Put those color like a pro skills to use, right? Look how cute. I have, these are, I think these are by Derwent. This is a 6H pencil, and I just sketch them out freehand, and then I ink over them. Today I'm using microns. Sometimes I use Sharpies. Sometimes I use Stapler, Triplus fine liners. I have a few other brands of pens I use. I ink over them, and then I erase all the lines after the ink has set, and then I shade them to give them some depth, and then they're good to go. I scan them in and get them ready for you guys for coloring pages. And Tammy says it's looking good. Kathy says hi. Hi, Kathy. Just popping in to say hi, Kathy says. She's going to take her cats to the vet to get shots. Oh, poor kitties. Let's see, and she loves the spider. Oh, thanks. Let me show you the other page, Kathy, real quick. Look how cute. This is for a Halloween version of the mini coloring book, the Bliss Breathers. So we've got all these cute little pages to go into the Bliss Breather this year. And I think I'm going to make one for Thanksgiving and for Christmas as well. So it should be lots of fun. So now we're going to make some sort of wispy steam coming out of the pot. Okay, that's looking good. And I'm going to use the really fine one again and do some even smaller wispies coming out. And maybe some tiny little circles with this very fine line. These circles will be more like fizz dots than anything. I don't even know if you'll be able to color them. They'll be so small. But it'll give a cute little detail to the drawing for you guys. Little fizz dots. Maybe the witches are brewing a love potion. Or maybe it's a so the kids will go to sleep potion, right? I was thinking the other day how glad I am that my kids are out of that phase. That they go to bed so good now. And get themselves up in the morning. It's so great. Okay. Robbie likes the pumpkin patch and says, I love the Bliss breathers. I'm glad you like it. I think they're one of the most popular of the coloring pages. That's why I thought I would do a few more in that series. So I thought it'd be fun to have some holiday versions of the Bliss breathers. And Angela says, do you do any commissioned work? I haven't. I've had a few requests and I've attempted to do it with people, but usually my illness is because I'm on such a strange sleeping pattern that it makes it difficult. But I'm always open to hear ideas and see if it will work in my strange schedule. So you can send me an email if you'd like to, but it generally doesn't work out very well for me. And this time of year I'm usually pretty busy because of all the holiday coloring pages I'm trying to produce. Okay, I will make this lettering look a little nicer here. And we'll add some more details. Gotta make those bubbles aren't dimensional enough, I don't think. There, that's looking a little better. Can't believe we're already almost halfway through October. I went to my son's fall orchestra performance at school a couple days ago, and it was crazy that we were already attending that. Cute. Could you draw the word wicked? One of my favorite Halloween words. That would be a way cute one too. I wondered about doing, what was the other word? Creepy, I think, was another word. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, you can email me. Just do it to jennifer@coloringpagesbliss.com. That's a great email to get me. And you can always find my email on our website. Just go to contact and send me an email through there, and it always gets to me there. My husband and I are always checking the email through there. And Tracy's here from California. Hi, Tracy. Okay, I'm going to put some shading on these bubbles. Kind of give them a little dimension. Ooh, that makes them sort of look oily or something. That's cool. Oops, the screen went black. Oh, I see that. Yeah. Let me fix it. Sorry. Are we back yet? I hope it comes back for you. Come on. Come on, little screen. You can do it. I hope it comes back. Oh, good. Mine's not coming back on my computer. Let me refresh mine here. Yay, we're back. Okay, hang on and let me see if I can fix that so it won't happen again. Nope, that's not going to do it. Uh-oh, did it go back black again? No, okay, good. Oh well, hopefully it won't happen again. The joys of technical difficulties. I think I forgot to put one setting on that camera, so hopefully it won't happen again. If it does, I may have to fiddle with it and see if I can get it to get the setting on there. But I'm a little nervous to try to do it right now because I don't want to lose our connection altogether. There, that looks pretty good. Put a little shadow here. Is that you, Rylan, out there? Keep thinking I hear my son in the hall. Wonder if it's the cat wandering around. Okay. And I like to put a little detail in here. Make it feel a little more weighty in the corners like that. Same here. And maybe right here just a little bit more. It feels like I want the cauldron to feel a little heavier. Like that. Maybe thicken up this wall just a little bit too. Scooch it up a bit so we're more in frame. Sorry about that. And thicken up this wall a little bit. Good. Okay. Rotate it and try to thicken this line up a bit here too to make it feel, I want the pot to feel really heavy. The cauldron, I mean. Heavy and sort of a little wonky. Oh, if you guys can hear that, that's our garage door opening up, so pardon that loud noise. Okay, I think that looks cute. Okay, now I think we'll do some erasing on this cute little spider. Okay, that looks really good. And we're going to let the cauldron ink really set in before I do any erasing there. And I think we'll move on to do some shading over here. And before we can do shading on this page, I think we'll start with the simplest one to do shading for. I need to remove all the guidelines. Get all the lines out of the way so I can add in the shading. Okay, let's see, we'll use, this pencil's awfully sharp. Maybe I'll dull it up a bit here. I sharpened up this pencil so I could clean up my pencil sharpener. There, that's a better tip for this project. And clean up my blending stub. Okay. Oh, Rose is very interested in what we're doing here. I'm making all kinds of weird noises, aren't I? I was being noisy. Okay. lines away from the pumpkin patch. There we go. And there, I think we are ready for shading. Okay. Linda says she likes that I do cute Halloween drawings. Yeah, I prefer cute over the creepy, that's for sure. Tracy says, how long have you been drawing? I've been drawing 3 or 4 years now, and I am a student of the internet. I just started with Zentangling and kept learning, kept watching tons of YouTube tutorials. I draw every single day and just draw, and force myself to learn. I wanted to learn it, and I decided it was the best thing for me to do with my illnesses, that drawing would be the best new art hobby for me. I didn't think I could do it, and I decided to prove myself wrong, and so I did it, and I love it. So Linda says it's so calming to watch. And she needs that right now. Oh my goodness, because her father died yesterday. I am so sorry, Linda. I wish I could come and give you a big hug. Oh my goodness, was it sudden? I hope it wasn't sudden. Oh my goodness, that's sad. Well, our thoughts are going out to you and your family, Linda. I hope that you guys will okay. So for my shading, I just sort of have my own style for shading here. Not a lot of coloring page artists add shading to their coloring pages, and I assume that not everyone likes that in my style, but it is my style. But I kind of like, personally, when I do coloring, I like coloring over the shading that I've added because I think it adds depth to my colors that I add. Kind of like a base layer of grays. So I like it. And that's why I keep adding it, and I don't just do plain line art. And I think it makes it look prettier too as a piece of art just on its own before you add the color. So I hope it helps. My idea is that it would help inspire you as a colorist. When you see it as not just a plain piece of line art, you see it with the shading and everything on it, that maybe it would give you more ideas of what you could do for coloring. because of the shading. Okay. Linda says the Zen tangling has been helping her get through all the phone calls. It's amazing how therapeutic Zen tangling is. And it sounds like you guys have had a little freeze framing on the feed. I hope it's resolving itself. Tracy says, thanks Jennifer for the info. I've started Zen tangling, but recently I had a relapse in my depression and anxiety and haven't really felt like it, but I do love it. I kind of cycle back and forth between coloring and Zen tangling. That helps me with my depression if I go between art styles. So in my little art kit that I demonstrated how I made, I have a variety of tools, and then that helps me because sometimes I feel like Zen tangling and other times color is more inspiring and uplifting to me, and so I'll just put down color. Like I've demoed how I do the color swatches, and sometimes that's really soothing to my anxiety, just to lay color down and not have to come up with patterns, because sometimes doing the patterns itself can cause a little anxiety in me, and so but to just lay down a square of color and a whole bunch of different squares, if I have 24 pencils, and to just lay down 24 squares of color can be very therapeutic to me. And so that's why in my little kit that I carry with me, I carry so many different things, because sometimes drawing is too much because I'm feeling too down or too much pain or whatever the case may be. And so I'll shift over to color. And then there's other days where color doesn't do it, so I do a little doodling, and then sometimes it's lettering is very relaxing to me, and I'll just draw the alphabet out, and then I'll doodle all over on the alphabet, and that's very relaxing to me, very therapeutic, because you don't have to think about it. Everybody can draw their ABCs and then just doodle dots or whatever, or use your color pencils and just color the letters of the alphabet. That's very therapeutic too. Doesn't take, you can lose yourself in the letters of the alphabet and focus on the shapes of every letter. That's very therapeutic as well. So those are a couple more ideas for you for when Zen tangling isn't helping with your depression, but you still need to keep your hands busy. You can do those things. And my husband is home. Hello.
Hello. These are cute.
Did you see my drawings this morning?
Yeah.
They are for a Halloween Bliss breather.
Very.
And I've got a bunch of people online here joining me as I finish them up. And Rose is whimpering. She wants to say hi. Stephanie says she's dusting, so she's walking around with her iPad listening while she's dusting. That's awesome. And Kawaii Revolution just got back from school and she's checking in with us. And she says she uses music to help with her depression. Yep, me too. Linda says, Tracy, the tangling is what keeps me focused enough not to get depressed. Yep. Art is such a great tool. Art and music is so great. Sometimes I have art and a television show that's really funny playing, and I'll have like my iPad on the side with like a game running. And so I'll have like 3 things going at once to keep my mind from going to things that depress me when I'm down and have pain. And it'll take all 3 of those things going at once to keep me from letting my mind wander. Linda says, since I hear Jennifer saying pencil crayons, I hear and see it all the time now. Did I say it again today? Did I say I have to do something for you guys or something? And then you guys can be like listening for it, and then you can, I don't know. Anyway, I've been trying really hard to break myself of the habit. But then because I recorded the Color Like a Pro series before I started breaking myself of the habit, I hear myself saying pencil crayons throughout the whole Color Like a Pro series. It's hilarious. So I'm like, oh, I said it again. Oh, I said it again. Oh well. The Canadians will really understand me, and they'll be like, oh, she's one of us, right? The rest of the world will just keep being confused. Okay. Well, I've moved on to the pumpkin patch, and my tray here is a little out of the way. Sorry, Rose, I gotta move this a bit. There. And, you know, I think I wish I had shaded this eyeball a little bit better. So I'm going to do just a little more shading in here. There. Maybe just a little bit down here in the iris of the eye. Could do a really cool coloring here. And there. That's better. All right, back to the pumpkin patch. I'm excited to color this little witch. I think she turned out really cute. Did you look at the little witch, Stephen? Did you look at the little witch? I made her all busty, and she's all big-lipped, and she's just begging for some makeup on her, and she was fun to draw. Okay. Now I have to decide, and I think I already made the decision. I was going to say I have to decide whether to shade the little ridges, the interior ridges of this pumpkin, but it definitely needed it, so we're going to dive in and do the ridges. Let's see. Tracy says, thank you for all the advice, everyone. It's much appreciated. Tracy's like, whoa, I didn't need all that advice. That's what you get for being in a room full of moms, right? The other, that's what happens when you say something to your mom. That's our jobs, right? We're moms, we're women, we give advice. It's 'cause we love you. We love you, Tracy, and we all understand. We all understand. Okay. There, that pumpkin looks cute. Now we'll do this little crow, or whatever kind of bird you want to make it. little beak. Don't want to be too fussy here because this is such a small drawing. We don't want to muddy it up too much with the shading, just enough to give it some dimension. That's probably good enough. Make a bit of a point here with this eraser so I can get in there. Good. Next pumpkin. This is making me want to eat a pumpkin pie. I haven't drawn a pumpkin pie yet. I think though I'll save that for the next batch of coloring pages to go along with the autumn and Thanksgiving type themed coloring pages. Good. So the weather started cooling down around here and then it warmed back up into the high 70s. I think it almost made it into the 80s the other day. How's the weather out there today, Steve?
It's really nice.
Is it still up in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah.
Oh my word. I wonder if it was the pressure of the hurricane, if that pushed the temperatures up around here, if that had something to do with it. I want my cool weather back. Round and round we go. This part always takes me a while, but it really makes the details look so much better, I think. All right, last pumpkin. Very good. Around the stem. There. Clean it up a bit. Okay, now the little crow, and this one is done. We are so close to having all the Halloween coloring pages ready. Like I said, I'm hoping to release these today if my husband has time to help me. And then you guys can download them and start working on them. There, cute. Let's turn it the right way. I'll bring it up to the camera a little bit. Oh, it turned out cute. Fun. Okay, This witch needs a name. Let's see. Robbie says she thinks pencil crayon is cute. And Barb is having problems with her live feed. I hope that other people are doing okay with their feed. And I had fun drawing her hair. I don't draw enough of these little characters. I'd like to start drawing more of them. But this character I think will really benefit from some shading here. Help her hair stand out from the dress and her sleeves. Shade around her ample bosom. And I kind of left her, tried to make her so you could either color her like a good witch or you could color her like a bad witch. Either way. There. Across her arms and down her sleeve. Okay. Let's see. We've got Kentucky Mountain Girl is here. Hi. She says call her Twitches or Twitchy. Oh, that's a cute idea. Stephanie is here. I'm really looking forward to these. I'm already thinking color palette. Yes. That's awesome. That's how I know when I'm getting close to being done with the coloring page, when I start picturing the colors that I can put into it. Okay, let's get the black off of this. Okay. Very good. Hi, Rose. Hi, my sweetheart. Yeah. Okay. So I'll shade her hair and the bottom half of her first. Try to avoid smudging the graphite as much as possible. And let's see, we'll shade these lines. Okay. Cute. Ooh, Makes me wish magic was real sometimes. I wish I was Mrs. Weasley and had the did she have like a pot that would make dinner for her on that movie? That was so awesome. I wish I had that. Smooth out those lines. Okay. Now I'm not going to do a whole lot of shading on her face. Just a touch here and there. Make her lips stand out a tiny bit more. And her eyes already feel a little shaded because of the eyelashes I added. So we'll just add a little bit more. And then we're going to rotate it here so I don't smudge all that work I just did, and work under her hat here. Linda is back after making 3 phone calls. Glad you're back, Linda. Sit back and relax. Fiona is enjoying this live stream. I'm glad you are, Fiona. Glad you're here. And Kentucky Mountain Girl. Wouldn't real magic be wonderful? I know. I would love the tents they have that are so big on the inside. That would be so fun for camping. Linda says, just want to really appreciate and enjoy all your videos. Oh, I'm so glad. My coloring has improved so much thanks to you, and my paint on wood cut out as well. Oh, that's cool. Linda says Jennifer has some good tips. Also, seeing how she takes her time and prepares makes me less rushed as I draw and color. I'm glad you guys are enjoying all of it. It's so fun. It's one of the first things that I noticed when I was watching artists on YouTube was how they take their time, and made me realize that that artists, when they get really good, getting good doesn't mean getting fast. That sometimes they go slower. Most of the time they end up going slower. And that made me feel better and gave me permission to slow down. Cute little hat. Okay, she is almost done. Finish up her hat and the bristles of the broom. Make sure that the hat really stands out on top of those bristles of the broom. And then we'll just shade the sides here to make those stand out so it looks intentional. Lift some of that off, it was too heavy. There, that's better. Careful not to smudge my other coloring pages while I'm working on her. I wonder if Rose needs a go with you, Daddy.
Okay, Rosie.
A little potty break.
Come here. Come here.
Yeah, that looks better. And this looks a little heavy-handed too. There, that's better. All right. Okay. Let's see. Linda says they have such subtle shading. You almost don't realize they are shaded. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm headed for because I don't want to overpower your art. So it's just enough to highlight my lines and give you some tips and ideas for your art. Is kind of the idea. I need the endless bag that is tiny as a tea bag but holds as much as a house and weighs nothing. Yeah, then we can put all of our art stuff in it all the time, everywhere we go. Wouldn't that be awesome? Tracy's wondering if these are going to be free or premium. I haven't decided yet. My husband and I always take all the art once I'm done. He scans it all in, and while he's working on them, he kind of ponders it as well. And then we decide what to do from a marketing standpoint. So I can't make any guesses yet after he needs to have a look at them and put in his suggestions as far as what will be premium and what will be free. So I don't know yet. Hi from the UK, Lisa. Hi! And she likes the witch. Thank you. And Linda wants to do purples on the witch. Let's see. Okay, we're going to do this cool little house that also reminds me of the Weasley's house. And like I said earlier, the porch of this house, all the lines, I tried to make the lines, I'll bring it up. I tried to make the lines of the bricks help the house stand out better from the porch, but I think the shading is what's going to really help it, so let's get into it. So I'm going to be careful not to rub the boo. So I think if I turn it this way, that will be the most comfortable for my arm angle. And hopefully we're still in frame. I'll do the moon first. And the rooftops. And the little bat, which is actually humongous if you look at the size compared to the house. It would be a very frightening bat. It is Halloween after all. So if you were going to have a frightening bat, that would be the night to have a frightening bat, right? And I need to remember to shade this ridge on the roof as well. And shade right here to sort of set so this one tower looks very straight compared to the rest of the house. I think this is where the little witch lives, don't you guys think so? When I was first drawing this little house, I wanted to put little characters in the windows, but it was just too small. Maybe next time I'll do a full-size coloring page of a full haunted house so I can do characters in the windows. Thought it would be cute to have a little ghost in the window or a little person peeking out behind a curtain or something. But this is way too small for that kind of detail. I wondered about a silhouette or something, but then I thought, like I said, I don't want to, when they're this small, I don't want too many tiny little details. There's already all these tiny little bricks. It's awfully small already. I don't want to drive you guys crazy with the tiniest of details. A few little details I think are fun, but when there's a ton of them, I think it gets a little cross-eyed. At least that's how I feel about them. And then this spider hanging off the side, he's also humongous. I would not want to live in a place that has spiders this size. As big as your front door. Cute. There we go. Now I think I can rotate it safely here, and because I want to be able to look straight on onto this porch here, make sure I shade the right things here so that the house will really pop. Now, things got carried away in here. Clean it up and try again. There we go. That's better. Okay. Let's see, Stephanie says that the premium membership is so worth it. Oh, thanks, Stephanie. I think so too. $5. Especially when you look at how many hours I put into these coloring pages. Let's see. Jennifer, you have become my favorite source of coloring pages, Robbie says. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel really good. um, Robbie also says, I like that you don't fill up all the space and make the images so busy. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate that. That encourages the colorists to fill in with their own textures. Yeah, I want you guys to have room to explore and create. It's real collaboration here. Tracy says, I agree with Robbie. Let's see. Linda says, I need some input, and since you are here, sure, Linda. Kathy says, hi, she's back from the vet. Hello. Linda says she's having a problem with dry mouth. How do I do a funeral without having a cup of liquid with me? Oh, that's a good question. Kentucky Mountain Girl, hard candies might help. Yeah, I wondered about that too. Take a bottle of water with you, Robbie suggests. Have it in your purse. Seems like I have read something about dry mouth because I go through phases with my illness with dry mouth, and so I've read about it, and I'm trying to remember what it is that you can do. I would Google it and see what dry mouth comes up with, because it seems like there's some sort of herbal remedy or something that you can do to help relieve it for a certain amount of time. Seems like it has to do with honey or something. See what you can find out, Linda. But I keep wanting to say it's honey for some reason. Something to do with honey. Okay, I think that really helped the porch. And do just a little detail here and a little detail here and clean up just a tiny bit here. I need to put a little shading on the spider. Don't want to leave the spider out. Okay, that looks better. Let me bring it up so you can see how much better that porch looks now. Much better. Okay, so this page is, I'm going to declare it done. Let's see. Linda says, even if you don't download these pages, you have some great ideas for drawing. Thanks, Linda. Have you tried putting another page over the boo so you don't smear? Yeah, I've done that before. It still seems to smear underneath it. Just with the paper on top rubbing it, it seems to smear. But it does help a little, you're right. Let's see. And Stephanie is saying that the Walmart has their school supplies on sale right now, so their colored pencils and crayons are on sale. That's awesome. Okay, so the ink has been sitting long enough now on this that I feel like I can erase without fear. And we can, this one should be really fast and easy to shade. And it looks like I have maybe some of that Dr. Pepper I spilled got on here a little bit. Last night I spilled some Dr. Pepper on this page when I was working on it. I had a headache last night, so I will drink a Dr. Pepper when I take some medicine. Although last night all I did was just the Dr. Pepper, and it was enough to help turn the volume down on the headache enough that I could go to sleep eventually. And it was like 4 or 5 in the morning when I finally went to bed. Okay, let's clean this off and finish up, and then I can hand this over. Yep, there's a tiny bit of Dr. Pepper. Oh well, we'll call it more fizzling, bubbling from the cauldron, right? Maybe that's where Dr. Pepper comes from. Witches brew it. Okay, I think I got it cleaned up pretty good. Alright, let's clean up my blending stump again. That looks good. Okay. And away we go. This spider will be easy. Cute little fluffy spider. Okay, one side. Good. Wow, this makes him look even more fuzzy. Cute. Okay, clean that up a bit. Lift some of that graphite out of his knee joints. Good. Very good. Okay, now we can do the cauldron. Let's see, Stephanie says she started the coloring page challenge last night and she's about halfway done. Good job. You having fun with the shading? And hi to Leslie. Hi, Leslie. I got all distracted by drawing these coloring pages and I didn't get to work on my color swatches last night. But hopefully as soon as these are done, I'll be able to work some more on my Prismacolor color swatches. Okay, cute little pot-bellied cauldron here. Making Dr. Pepper in the cauldron. I'll just lightly go around some of these bubbles. It'll be really fun to shade. Ever so lightly. Then we have our vapors and fizz coming out. And I think I'll just shade these big vapors. Okay. Woohoo! Ready to shade. Okay. Let's see. Robbie's asking, oh, let's see. Stephanie said that the challenge is harder than she thought it would be. I know. That's why I'm having you guys practice. And Robbie says, what is the coloring challenge? Okay, if you go over to my Facebook page, yesterday we had a live event and I announced this week's coloring challenge. And there's a free coloring page and you color it according to how I describe it in the event. And if you post a picture of the finished page, you get entered in for a prize. So it's pretty cool. It's not about skill or whether you make mistakes. It's all about just participating and enjoying the process. So it's an awesome opportunity and your chances of winning are really high because there's not very many people participating in the challenges yet. So go and check that out. Coloring Pages Bliss is what you look for on Facebook. And Leslie says she started hers today too. And she says, let's see, it's a little harder than she thought, but practice makes perfect. Yep. And Kentucky Mountain Girl says, finally have her Prismas, and now she's afraid to use them. Oh, I know. I had that same feeling when I got my huge set of 150. I was like, they're just too pretty, and I don't want to use them up too fast. So I use the phrase, if I use them, then I can buy more, is what I always tell myself. But if I don't use them, then I can never buy more of them. And remember how fun it was to buy them? Well, if you don't use them, then you never get to have the fun of buying more of them. So you better use them so you can buy more of them, Kentucky Mountain Girl. Also next week, the Color Like a Pro video number 7 is all about blending, and I show some tricks that help your pencils last longer. So watch for that video because it will give you some great tips for that. Let's see. Linda says the Prismas are what you will use when you really need to feel like a queen. Very true. They make you feel really special, and oh man, you can color a lot longer with them because they're so easy to lay the color down. I'm using the same colors with all my different pencils. And you have no income right now, so you don't want to use them up. I know, but like I said, next week you'll get some really good tips on how to make your pencils last longer, so don't worry about that, Kentucky Mountain Girl. And I've had mine for a year now, and they last longer than you think they will because they have more pigment in them, and so they you use them less than what you think you will. Like with the Crayolas and stuff, you're sharpening them a lot because you have to put down a lot to get the color down. So don't be afraid. Dive in there and use them. Have fun with them. Okay, we'll get this cute cauldron all done up. There we go. All these cute little bubbles. Okay, let's finish up the bottom of this cauldron, and then I can do the vapors. Turn it this way so that it's more in the right angle for my wrist, and then just have to be careful not to rub my hand over the spider. Okay. Looking good. Now we're going to clean up the inside of those vapors here. Okay. There, that looks better. Very good. All right, now our pretty little mask. Flip this around like that. Let's see. Leslie's wondering when the Halloween pages are going to be on my site. Hopefully tonight. I'm going to finish shading up this mask. And I have one more, the owl needs to be, that I started the other day. The owl needs to be shaded, and then I can hand all these over to my husband, and he will scan them in and get them uploaded hopefully tonight. We will announce them on the Facebook page, and also we send out an email to all of our members so they will know that all the new coloring pages are available, so watch for that. Let's see. Stephanie says she had a friend pass away that she had all these things saved for a rainy day, and she now says my motto is to enjoy them now. Yep, I agree. I've got a lot of things. Kentucky Mountain Girl says that I'm saving for a special day that may eventually come along. Let's see. Okay, let's get this mask shaded so we can get these turned over to my husband. Something tells me you guys are excited to get these colored. I'm so excited about how good this mask turned out. Like I said last year, I attempted to draw a mask and I couldn't do it. Turned out so terrible, and I was so disappointed by it. I still have it half drawn somewhere in a box. I never throw anything away because I like to see my progress with my drawing as the years go. But this one turned out so much better, and it came together so much quicker, and I felt so proud because I feel like, oh, my drawing is getting better, and every year it gets a little bit better. That's, like I said, I never thought I had a talent for drawing, and so to see my progress every year makes me really proud that I stuck with it and that I have found and created a talent, and I love it. Makes me wonder what else I've told myself I can't do that I could do if I really wanted to. Okay, that's looking good. I think I'll shade right here. It's hard to know what to shade in here, because I don't want to shade everything. Maybe like that, and then maybe a little bit right there to kind of help the eye area stand out. Okay, we'll see what that looks like and then decide if it needs more shading. Rose, did you want to come back up to your pillow? Come here. Come here. Oh, here you can say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. Hi. Okay, there you go. Yeah, you're a good girl. Oh, thank you for kisses. Okay, let's clean this up one more time. Let's see, Kentucky Mountain Girl sees purples and forest greens and oranges in the future, yep. And maybe some metallics and glitter gel pens, I think. I think my gel pens are going to come out to play in this mini coloring book. Stephanie says, Jennifer, you're so talented. I love to color your pages. Aw, thanks. Oh, Rose is digging on her pillow. Can you hear her? She's really fixing her pillow up here. She's really digging. Are you done digging now? Yeah. Oh, you're so cute. I kind of like you. Oh, big sigh. Oh, let me move it up so it's more in frame. Sorry about that. I moved the camera down a bit so I would be closer to my work for you guys, but then I forget that there's less space for me to move my paper around. Okay. Ooh, that made the eyes really pop there. Very pretty. I was in a choir in high school, and we sang one of the Phantom of the Opera songs, and we got to wear masquerade masks during that song, so I got to make a masquerade mask. It was so much fun, but I've always wanted to go to an actual masquerade ball. That would be so much fun. Something very mysterious and romantic about masquerade balls. And I heard, where did we hear that the London, was it London Opera was going to be performing Phantom of the Opera again for a while or something? And they're coming to Vegas to perform it. I would love to do a road trip to Vegas and go see that. The original cast is coming to perform it, or some of the original cast. Like, oh man, that would be a really cool experience. Road trip. Ooh, and then I could draw coloring pages inspired from Phantom of the Opera. And we might have to do this, Steve. Oh, coloring pages from Phantom. Oh, when was that going to happen? Do you remember? Oh, we might have to. Oh, I bet the tickets are really expensive. I don't know if we could afford that. We could maybe afford the gas and maybe the hotels, but the tickets, I bet, are really, really, really expensive. They would probably be more money than the gas and the hotels all put together. Oh, but can you imagine the costumes? Oh, we could do coloring pages of beautiful gowns and oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm lost in Phantom of the Opera world. I'm going to have to Google it now. I think I'm going to have to do that while I eat lunch. All right. There's the mask. I love it. I'm not going to do anything else to it. I really love the simplicity of it. And we can, yeah, I'm not going to do a thing because then we can add like glittery, sparkly stuff to it, or you can color it plain or whatever you want to do. So I think it's going to be best to just leave it plain because I can see glitters and metallic pinks and glittery pink. Oh yeah, I gotta color this right away. This is gonna be gorgeous. And I'm so gonna look up how much it costs to go see Phantom. Oh, that would be really fun. Take my kids to go see Phantom. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh, now I want to go see Phantom so bad. Okay. All right, so that is all the coloring pages for the Halloween version of the Bliss Breather. Remember, this one here, Volume 1, is free on my website, coloringpagesbliss.com. And make sure you go and follow me on Facebook or on my website. Let me put a little, I think I have an info sheet here I can put up. Maybe not. I don't want to ruin what I'm doing here. Anyway, So follow me on Facebook and go become at least a free member on my website, because I'll send out a newsletter as soon as these have been uploaded. I've got all of these plus 2 other coloring pages, plus we're going to put links to all of last year's Halloween coloring pages so that you'll have access to all of my Halloween art. And then also start considering becoming a premium member. It's just $5 and you'll have access to everything, even if these ones are premium. My husband and I will decide that as we're working on them and finishing them up. So if you decide to become premium, then you don't have to worry whether they're free or not. You can have all of them. Download everything and you'll have everything you need to color through the holiday seasons. It's $5 a month. So now's the time of year to do it, because there's going to be a lot of, I'm going to do another mini coloring book for Thanksgiving. I'm going to do one for Christmas. I mean, now's the time of year to do the premium membership if you have ever considered doing it. So anyway, thanks for joining me, you guys. It's been lots of fun. Looks like Stephanie's still here, and Robbie, and Kentucky Mountain Girl, and Tracy. Thanks for joining me. It was really fun, and I will see you guys really soon. I may come back live later or tomorrow and do some more color swatching with the Prismacolors and talk some more about upcoming events and that kind of thing. And don't forget to, if you haven't already, go and let's see, the Totally Tiffany giveaway ends tomorrow, so make sure you have gone in and entered for that giveaway as well here on my YouTube channel, because you'll want to do that, because that is an awesome giveaway. And anyway, so many fun things happening, so I really appreciate all of your support, and I love you guys a lot. Hope you have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye.